That comprehensive strategic plan your team spent months crafting last quarter, it's already a liability. In today's AI-driven world, the traditional 12-month planning cycle isn't just slow, it's dangerously obsolete. The speed at which AI accelerates market shifts means a static document can't possibly keep up with a dynamic reality. The core problem we face is this fundamental mismatch between how we plan and how the market actually moves. Today we're moving beyond that. We'll explore a new framework for continuous AI-powered strategy. Specifically, we'll break down the two essential shifts every leader must make, moving from prediction to real-time sensing, and from rigid execution to adaptive orchestration. If you're new here, please subscribe and like because I share tips to help you improve your career. The entire premise of traditional strategy is built on a foundation that no longer exists: reliable prediction. We used to operate on the model of analyzing past data to forecast the future, then executing a plan based on that forecast. That worked when change happened at a human pace, but AI accelerates market changes far beyond our ability to predict. A competitor's AI-powered product launch, a viral social media trend amplified by algorithms, a supply chain disruption predicted by machine learning. These events can redefine an industry in weeks, not years. Relying on a yearly plan in this environment is like navigating a rapid river with a map drawn at its source. The terrain has already changed by the time you look down. This new reality demands a completely different approach: real-time sensing. Instead of trying to predict the future, your strategic advantage now lies in your ability to perceive and understand the present with unparalleled clarity and speed. This is where you use AI not just as an analysis tool for historical data, but as a strategic sensor for the live environment. Think of it as giving your organization a central nervous system. AI can monitor countless data streams: customer sentiment on social media, competitor pricing changes, regulatory filings, even sensor data from your own products, and identify meaningful signals amidst the noise. So, how do you implement this? It requires a fundamental shift in resource allocation. You need to move a significant portion of your strategy budget away from the annual market research report and into building systems for continuous environmental monitoring. This might involve investing in AI tools that scrape and analyze real-time data, creating dashboards that provide a live view of key metrics, or establishing a dedicated team responsible for interpreting these incoming signals. The goal is to create a state of constant, informed situational awareness. This fundamentally changes the executive's role. Your job shifts from primarily reviewing static reports to actively interpreting live signals and, most importantly, asking better questions. Instead of, "Did we hit our Q2 targets?" the questions become, "What unexpected pattern is emerging in customer behavior this week?" Or, "What weak signal from a nascent market should we investigate?" You're moving from judging past performance to guiding present moment response. A common and costly mistake here is treating AI-generated insights as mere confirmation of your existing strategy. If the data suggests a course correction, but it contradicts your annual plan, the instinct might be to dismiss it as an anomaly. This is the trap. The true power of sensing is that it provides triggers for action, not just reassurance. When your AI sensor picks up a signal, a new competitor gaining traction, a sudden shift in customer preference, the response shouldn't be to wait for the next quarterly review. It should trigger an immediate, albeit small, investigative or adaptive action. This proactive stance is what separates leaders from laggards in the digital age. If you're finding this helpful, please subscribe and like because it helps us create content that matters to you. Also, if you want to take your skills further, check out our executive education and executive coaching programs at execbeat.com. But sensing your environment is only half the battle. It's useless without the capacity to respond effectively. This brings us to the second critical flaw of the old model, the quest for the perfect plan. We often fall in love with our meticulously crafted roadmaps, locking the organization into a single course of action for a year. In a volatile world, this rigidity is a profound vulnerability. A plan that cannot change becomes a chain that holds you back. The alternative is strategic agility. Instead of betting everything on one master plan, you build a portfolio of strategic options. Think of it as maintaining a toolkit of potential moves rather than following a single predetermined path. You have your core hypothesis, your vision, but you also have several well-researched alternative paths you can activate if conditions change. This is where AI becomes an incredible force multiplier for leadership. You can use AI to run sophisticated simulations and scenario analyses. Before committing massive resources to a new initiative, you can model it. Ask the AI, if we launch this product and competitor X responds with a 10% price cut and supply chain costs rise by 5%, what is the impact on our margin? These simulations allow you to pressure test strategies in a risk-free environment and understand the potential outcomes of various moves. Operationally, this looks like favoring smaller, faster strategic initiatives over monolithic, multi-year projects. It's the difference between a 2-year digital transformation and a series of 90-day sprints aimed at specific objectives. This modular approach allows you to learn and adapt quickly. You launch a small pilot, measure the results, learn from the feedback, and then decide whether to scale, pivot, or abandon the effort. Each initiative becomes a learning loop that informs your overall direction. Leading this way requires creating a culture that rewards learning and pivoting, not just sticking to the plan. You must celebrate teams that discover a dead end quickly and intelligently, as that saved the company from a much larger failure. The performance metric shifts from % of plan achieved to speed of learning and quality of adaptation. This is a profound cultural shift that requires clear communication from the top. The critical balance for leaders is to maintain a clear and compelling vision while allowing for flexible pathways to achieve it. Your North Star remains constant, the problem you're solving for customers, the value you create. But the specific tactics, products, and even business models you use to get there must be allowed to evolve based on what you learn from the market. In practice, this means structuring your quarterly business reviews differently. These meetings should be less about judging performance against a static plan and more about a strategic dialogue. What did we learn last quarter? What did our sensing tell us? Based on that, what assumptions in our strategy need to change? What experiments will we run next quarter to test our new hypotheses? This turns strategy from a periodic event into a continuous process of learning and adaptation. The core takeaway is undeniable. Strategy is no longer an annual event, but a continuous dynamic process powered by AI. The new executive imperative is to lead with adaptive intelligence, not manage with static plans. So what's one adaptive strategy you'll test this quarter? Share your commitment to move from planning to sensing in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like because it helps us bring you more free videos. And if you're ready to grow your career, visit execbeat.com to learn about our executive education and coaching.